The iconic sound and unmistakable punch of SSL has, for several decades, shaped so many of the world's greatest records, from rock through to hip-hop. AC/DC to Tupac, Springsteen to Jay-Z, Bowie to Kendrick Lamar. The list is so insanely long, it would just be quicker to reel off a list of artists who haven't produced with an SSL sound. Now that beloved and trusted SSL sound begins a brand new chapter in authenticity. Welcome, Waves SSL EV2 channel, remodelled totally from the ground up and authorised by solid-state logic. SSL EV2 gives you that legendary SSL punch, and thanks to Waves' all-new state-of-the-art precision analog component technology, you get a rich, detailed SSL 4000E experience of the highest order at your fingertips. SSL EV2 introduces an expanded palette of SSL EQ flavours, including the classic, bold-sounding 4000E 242 black knob, and, part of the Waves SSL collection for the first time, the original gritty O2 brown knob. In addition, and again, a first in Waves SSL collection, SSL EV2 introduces line and mic input channel options. Each, depending on how hard you push them, will give your tracks rich harmonic colour. Alongside this, you can also engage full-fat SSL THD with the analog switch, a -20 dB pad to give your tracks ample headroom, and a 180-degree phase flip switch. Let's now cover a bit of SSL history. In the mid-80s, SSL used colourful caps on their consoles to represent EQ characteristics. The iconic white, low and high pass filter knobs improved clarity in tracks. Red, high-frequency knobs added air and brilliance to sounds. Green, high-medium frequency knobs dialed in edge and bite and controlled harshness if needed. And blue, low-medium frequency knobs combated muddy frequencies. Now for the low-frequency EQ. The original SSL 4000E had just one option, being the brown knob, that had a gritty yet rich-sounding flavour engineers particularly liked for drum and bass channel processing. It was described as a gritty-sounding EQ because the filters were always engaged, which resulted in the very lowest and highest of frequencies being rolled off. Now, over time, SSL replaced the brown knob with the black knob. Other EQ flavours, such as the pink and the orange knobs, were also introduced. In the mid-80s, when SSL dominated the recording industry, Sir George Martin, you may have heard of him, was planning to install the first ever SSL console in Air Studios. He wanted a cleaner, more surgical-sounding low-end EQ, so George teamed up with SSL and other leading engineers of the time, giving birth to the 242 black EQ circuit, which did indeed sound cleaner and more forgiving over the brown. The black also introduced enhanced cut and boost ranges with a steeper 18 dB per octave high-pass filter, which gave tighter control of low frequencies. The black knob was quickly adopted by leading engineers who wanted clean yet powerful low ends, which you'll find works rather well on vocals and acoustic instruments needing extra oomph without coloration. In SSL EV2, you get an expanded palette of EQ flavours with both brown and black low-frequency EQ knobs that can be easily toggled between within the plugin to compare and fine-tune low-end energy. So, in SSL EV2, you have both low-frequency flavours available at your fingertips to push the limits of your creativity, precision, and detail in your music. With the brown knob, you get a low-end crunch that for drums and bass instrument tracks, where impact and aggression is needed, sounds absolutely brilliant. And for tracks that require a cleaner, more rounded sound with warmth and body, the classic 242 black knob will do the trick. For those that don't know, the SSL 4000E series was the first ever console that provided engineers with dedicated compressors and gates across every channel along with EQ. This breakthrough palette of accessible inline sounds gave engineers an extremely versatile and creative platform to sculpt music with. The compressors could be as delicate or aggressive as needed, the gates-focused drum channels for punchy sounds, and the 4-band parametric EQ with high and low pass filters, well, these coloured tracks effortlessly with almost limitless creative scope. All of these options together, of which SSL EV2 channel provides, is what gives that legendary SSL sound that everyone in the audio production world knows and loves SSL for. Because SSL EV2 is a brand new model of the iconic SSL 4KE, you'll quickly discover that this plugin sounds and feels absolutely spot on. Visit waves.com/EV2 to check out SSL EV2 for yourself.